What if I told you almost everything you've been told about growing your own food is a lie? They say it's backbreaking work, that you need endless pesticides, fancy tools, and a degree in agriculture just to get started. But what if I told you you could plant a permaculture orchard that practically grows itself, no chemicals, no constant upkeep, with just a trip to the nursery and 6 trees? And the result? An explosion of fruit so abundant you'll be giving away baskets to your friends and neighbors. This isn't some pipe dream, it's a dead simple system Big Ag hopes you'll never discover. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll see how, if planted right, anyone can unlock this bounty. Why 6 trees? 6 trees to do an orchard? I like to say just start. And 6 trees is an amount that you can plant in a day. Hey, you could plant it for sure in 2 days and have your orchard started. It's also a better design than monoculture. How do I know? I had a 4,000 tree organic apple orchard. That was monoculture, 1 species, apples, across the whole 12 acres. It doesn't work as an ecosystem. And the advantage of a permaculture orchard is it gives you that diversity built right in. And diversity is really what nature's all about. Look around. Go to your nearest forest. Look, is it all 1 species? Is it a monoculture? No. Look in a hedgerow that isn't planted. Is it just 1 species? No. Look anywhere that nature planted it, and it's not going to be a monoculture. It will have diversity built right in. When you have that kind of diversity built right in, it will be less disease, less insect problems. How come? Because the trees interact. Do you see the forests ravaged by insects or ravaged by disease? No. Nobody's treating them, nobody's spraying them, and yet it works. Imitate nature, get in line with nature. It works so much easier. And then if you really want to reduce especially disease, choose disease-resistant varieties of your fruit. And they're already resistant, so it makes it even easier. Another point is you'll get more. Get more and get more diversity. What do I mean get more? Your trees will be properly pollinated. That's important. If you just have 1 type, even if you have 100 of 1 type, chances are you're not going to get a lot of fruit. Please, I don't want you to plant a tree and then wait 3, 5, maybe 7 years, depending on the rootstock, and say, my fruit tree isn't producing. Does it flower? Yes, it flowers, but it's not giving me fruit. That's always the case with improper or not enough pollination. By putting in diversity, you guarantee you're going to have much better pollination and you'll get better fruit set. The other thing with a different kind of diversity is maybe you go, yeah, you know what? I've been having a lot of pears lately. I'd like to get some apples. Well, planting the diversity with different kinds of crops right from the start will give you a better diversity and get more. Let's dig into the design. You have 6 trees. What do I mean by a permaculture orchard? Let's say the example of 2 apple trees, 2 pear trees, and 2 nitrogen-fixing trees, or preferably even shrubs. So if you took your 2 apple trees, and I say apple, it could be cherry and persimmon for you. It could be peach and fig. Depending on your region. Every region will have different mix of plants. The possibilities are really endless. So let's go back to our apple example. We could say, all right, we're going to put in 2 apples, and you can take in your 2 apples to give you diversity an early or a mid-season apple. Let's say you harvest it in August. And then your second apple tree could be a late October apple. That's a great keeper. Now, your August apples, when you pick them, will last for 2 months. Process them, eat them fresh, put some in the fridge. And then when it comes time for your late apple, those you can store, you can keep them. A lot of them just in a cold space will keep for months. Some of them almost a year. Well, that gives you apples for a lot longer season. You don't have to be concerned about, what do I do with all these apples at one time? No, extend your season, give yourself diversity. And then the same goes for your pear tree or the cherry tree or whatever you're growing. Just because you have 2 of the same to get better pollination, choose 2 different harvest windows. That's not that hard. Every catalog gives you when approximately it'll be harvested. That gives you a lot longer season to benefit from your fruit. Now, how much can you expect? Your apple tree. I just picked one last week. One tree bigger than this one. It was a fully grown, mature tree. Gave me 260 pounds. I don't even know what that is in kilos. It's more than 100 kilos of apples from one tree. What are you going to do with that amount of fruit? I mean, how much are you going to eat? You're almost sure to have to give some away. You can process, you can dry, you can sauce, you can freeze, but you'll probably end up having to give some away. One tree. You do that the same for your other apple tree and for your pear trees or whatever fruit you're growing. Remember, the key to this is, I like to say, grow what grows like a weed. How hard do you work at growing weeds? Probably no effort. They come on their own, they grow. Every region, every area that has fruit has some fruit that grows like a weed. It grows so easily. You'll see it in the hedgerows. You'll see it on the roadsides. It's growing like a weed. It reseeds readily. That's what you want. Look around, and I challenge you, take a walk, take a drive if you have to, and look, what is growing in my area? Maybe it's a time of year where they're flowering, they're easy to spot. Maybe when they're fruiting, they're easy to spot because they're loaded with fruit. What in your area grows like a weed? And if it's that easy, please don't skip it, unless you really hate that fruit. But pick 2 fruit, that's all, just 2 fruit that grow like a weed and grow their equivalent. Maybe it's wild apples, will grow apples. If it's cherry trees that are just growing like crazy, grow cherry trees. Whatever it is in your area, start with those and grow that. That's a key concept to remember, because nothing beats easy. If it's that easy, it's easy. Remember, many fruit trees can produce and live for a long time. They're trees. They could live 30 years, 60 years, 100 years or more. These are from the remnant of our organic apple orchard, and that's a fairly young tree. It's only about 45 years old. We can renew them if we cut them and let them shoot up again and you get a young tree. But think of it. Think of 60 years or 100 years producing an abundance of fruit for your lifetime. I did say 6 trees. That's how easy it is. I mentioned 2 apple and 2 pear. The other 2 would be nitrogen fixing. In this case, trees, honey locust, black locust. But my favorite now are shrubs. Smaller, take less space, need less maintenance long term. And 2 of my favorite are gumi and seaberry, thornless seaberry. They take care of fertilizing. I did say easy. Well, if they're doing, I don't have to do. It's less input, it's less time, it's less effort. Oh, I forgot to fertilize. No, the tree is doing it. Look at the forest, look at the hedgerow. Is there somebody going around spreading fertilizer? No. Do the trees grow? Yes. Do they produce? If you did a good job looking around, yes, they produce. Nobody is fertilizing them. Nature, by its diversity, is fertilizing those trees. So we're designing in our 6-tree orchard, designing the diversity that takes care of fertilizing. That was easy. You may have heard growing fruit trees is a lot of work. Well, a lot of work to me is growing an annual vegetable. That's a lot of work. Remember, I said grow what grows like a weed. That's a lot less work. Well, your fruit trees, they're not like vegetables. Your vegetables you plant or seed in the spring, you harvest in summer or fall. One season. Wow. Fruit trees you plant in the fall or the spring, you harvest it within 3, 5, 7 years, depending on the tree or the rootstock. Well, that takes a lot longer. Well, that's why I say get going, just start. The sooner you get them in this year instead of next year, maybe next year or the year after, the sooner you get it in, the sooner your first crop. Yeah, that's your first crop. Might be just a few fruit on it. Full harvest can be in 5, 7, or 9 years, where you can now expect in the 100 or 200 pounds for most fruit. A permaculture orchard, so amazing. We talked about trees, apple, pear, and nitrogen fixers, but it gets even more interesting because I would recommend that you put fruiting shrubs that produce different fruit, under the trees. I recommend putting 2 fruit shrubs under each tree. So that's under the apple, under the pear, and under the nitrogen fixers. In fact, you could even double that amount, put 4 under a nitrogen fixer. But then, wait, there's more, as the ad says. But wait, there's more? Yes, that's just shrubs. And then you have a whole layer underneath that you can go wild on. I like to say your first 3 years that you plant your trees, use part of that or all of that to grow annual vegetables, because your trees are going to be small. They're not creating much shade, and annual vegetables need sun. Transition that long term, putting in perennial vegetables, herbs, flowers. Wow, like these, for example, these have probably been planted 10 years ago. It's a garlic chive. So it gives us great leaves that we can use, and we do use these a lot in our cooking. It gives flowers. Here we are, September, and this is flowering and attracting beneficial insects, attracting pollinators. But that's just one of many. I would say try putting 10 to 20 perennials under each tree. That's a lot of plants. Yeah. And if you're only having 6 trees with 10 of these, that's 60 perennials. Boy, that is starting to give you such an abundance. You say, I like this flower. Oh, I like that flower. I like this flower and that flower. Put them all in. You have room to put in all of those under your trees. You've made it this far. It shows you're interested in having fruit trees. 2 trios like this is all you need. 6 trees. We put together a lot more to help you with every step of the way on your journey to your very own permaculture orchard. The effort is well worth it when you begin to see the changes happening to the land. Nature will welcome the change. You'll begin to harvest from your very own permaculture orchard. Masterclass is the most in-depth help I can provide. It's designed to have me by your side every step of the way on your journey to abundance. If you're not sure it will really help you, just get the course. Try it out for 30 days and then ask for a no questions asked refund. If you can't afford it in one go, we offer a payment plan. My goal is to make it as simple as possible to give you the best chance of success. Abundance is just around the corner if you take action now. Just click the first link in the description below and start your journey with us today.